Right, what's the crack, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men, women, and children, people of all ages, everyone outside and in between that? Do not adjust your screens, do not turn on and off your phones or cameras, whatever device you're watching this on. This is another episode of Talk of the League on the Weekly Armchair, and we have a big one for you tonight. Now, normally we'd host this during the week, but due to unforeseen circumstances, it's moved to a Saturday. But look, it's probably better moved to a Saturday, being honest with you, for this week with all the games and action and goals. Big lot of goals being scored this week now. But it is a special show for you tonight. As you can see by the panelist, big names being dropped now. Big names, lads. TikTok sensation, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Chelsea superstar. We have It's Dubes. Dubes, man, what is the crack?
I'm good, Vic. Thank you guys for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here. Just excited to talk about football, as you say, chat the normal shit. And yeah, just a lot of debating, a lot of agreeing. Let's see how it goes. Everyone is in. Please make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this.
Happy days.
Let's get this
Happy days,
going.
man. Yeah, no, look, Dubes, obviously you're, like I said, TikTok sensation, and an absolute pleasure to have you on. And unfortunately, we do have to have an Arsenal fan on to balance out the two Chelsea lads. And we have it in the form of the man, William Bryant, the man who was absolutely on cloud 9 there last week. Absolutely, well, it's probably over a week there now. Absolute sensational stuff from William there to try to keep us cool and not absolutely give me a slagging of a lifetime. But as you can see, he's still smug. William, what is the crack with you, my friend?
He has every right to be.
William, I think you're on mute there.
You're on mute, yeah.
Oh, disaster. Look, William, we'll come back to you anyway when you fix the headphones. But lads, we have a nice little show for you tonight now. A lot of topics to talk about. As you can see from the title, we're talking about Salah leaving Liverpool potentially, the ins and outs between what went on between him and Klopp. Talking about today's scores, mainly the City hammering Wolves. Oh my God, lads. Haaland is back on form again. It's madness. It is madness. And once again, also coming towards the end of the season, we will continue talking about the managerial situation within the Premier League, mainly between Poch and Erik ten Hag. Very, very unpredictable futures now coming into the final seasons. William, have you fixed?
No.
He's disaster. Look, anyway.
So we'll come back to it.
Yeah. While William was having these technical, geez, I can't even speak English tonight. Technical difficulties to sort out. Dudes will get straight into it. Liverpool this season, I love talking about their absolute downfall. Inevitable at this stage, I would have said it was kind of down from when Klopp announced his retirement and Sky Sports and everyone else started bigging up their fairy tale features. What do you make of the whole situation? Before we get into the Salah debate, what do you make of the whole Liverpool downfall?
I just find it mad. I mean, first of all, like when I did not expect when Klopp first announced that he was leaving, I did not expect that whatsoever. I remember I was just sitting there playing FIFA, I get a notification Klopp's leaving, and I'm like, what's going on here? I'm thinking there's something happened behind the scene. But yeah, in terms of like on the pitch situation, I don't know, because I would have thought the players they have like top like quality experienced players. I would have thought Klopp's last season, you're gonna put your all in. Obviously they won the Carabao Cup, but then again they're playing us, so and it's at Wembley. But yeah, I just thought you should be going all in for that title. You're dropping points. So you're losing to Palace, you're dropping points to West Ham. There's another to Everton they lost to. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like some of the players I feel like are down in tools, like. And I think there are some players in that team that just like they aren't up to like the level of other, like Darwin Núñez, for instance. Even though I still think it would be a bit too harsh to let him go, but even players like Cody Gakpo, I'm not like the biggest fan of, and I don't really see it. I just think like he's just another body. But then then again they have made some good signings. Like McAllister has been like a breath of fresh air.
He's been immense now, in fairness, yeah.
He's been amazing. Yeah, Endo as well. I think is going a bit under the radar because especially considering we nabbed them with both Caicedo and Lavia.
Yeah,
and they were a bit like they're kind of screwed. So they had to. It was seen as a bit of a panic buy, wasn't it? But they got him in, and he's like again, he's he's done a job replacing Fabinho in that role.
It worked out,
And I think,
in fairness.
yeah, go on.
It's worked out for him, really, in fairness, with
It has.
like but yeah, no, look, all things considered, I love talking about Liverpool's downfall. I think the whole thing was just, it was set up for failure. You could never have seen it, even with Trent announcing or commenting that they were going to win the quadruple. Like, it was all set up for failure. It happened.
But that's just that was clear as day PR, because you knew Klopp was leaving. It was like let's get win the fans over and win the quadruple. Saying something like that, it's just get the fans on the side, bit of PR. No one's winning the quadruple.
Exactly. I think the only people who wanted Liverpool to win were Liverpool fans and Sky Sports, obviously, riding on their back. They just absolutely love Liverpool. But yeah, no, we'll get straight into the whole Salah and Klopp situation. Obviously, we mentioned the game against West Ham. It was where it happened. Salah, I think Nunez and Gomez were coming on at the same time. Words were exchanged between Klopp and Salah. I don't know exactly what was said. I don't know if anyone knows exactly what was said.
I don't think it came out.
Yeah, but Nunez and Gomez had to step in, kind of try calm Salah down. It did get a bit heated, but obviously in the interview afterwards, Klopp kind of squashed the whole thing and said they had talks in the dressing room, and that it was good on his. But by his standards, it was finished, and obviously the reporters asked him, "Does Salah see it the same way?" And Klopp said he got that same impression. Yeah, no, I think it's getting a bit heated now, considering the bad form or the bad run they've been on. Like you said, you mentioned the 2-0 loss against Everton. That was a big one. At the Merseyside derby, I even expected Liverpool to win about 4-0 on that one. But Everton done us all a favour and sent Liverpool down to third place I think they're on 75 points now, if I'm not mistaken.
Obviously they're completely out of the title race. It's just down to City or Arsenal now. I still think City are going to do it with the game in hand, but you never know. Yeah. But obviously, with regards to Liverpool, like with the situation, like it just, for me, obviously it's not a good look. It's never a good look. Like when you got whether it's a manager and a player or players arguing amongst themselves, similar to the penalty incident with Chelsea the other day. It's just never a good look. It's just like, obviously Mohamed Salah, what he's achieved in Liverpool the past 7 years. Not to say he has a right to do it, but you can forgive him. That's why it's slightly different to the Chelsea penalty incident. But as I say, you shouldn't be arguing your manager, especially considering he's leaving at the end of the season. You're going to end it on bad terms, even if it did get sorted out in the dressing room. No one wants to see that, especially if you're a fan.
Exactly. Here's a good comment from Julio. Actually, Klopp called these guys mentality monsters. Yeah, Trent comes out, and with this, it means more bullshit. Clearly, too much for them. Yeah. It is. It all got to their heads, really, and that's kind of the main point behind what I'm saying. It was all built up too perfect. We'll say the fairy tale means everything is perfect. Fairy tales don't come true like in real life. You know what I mean? As you can see, evident from, we'll say, say John Terry slip in 2008. We can say Stevie G slip in, was it 20? It must have been 20.
I can't remember. Is it
15, 16?
Might have been.
I can't even remember. William, if your headphones are finally fixed, you might elaborate on that, or someone in the chat might elaborate. 2014, actually. Good man, Julio.
2014,
always looking out for us. But fairy tales just don't exist in real life. It was inevitable. Trent put even the mag on him there at that point. But I think with the rumours going around with Salah, with Klopp leaving, I think there's a lot of players going to dip out of Liverpool now, and Liverpool are actually going to go back to their, we'll say, their old form. I've said it before, that their Balotelli era. The likes of Balotelli, Skirtle, them, Lallana. That was a great year to see Liverpool absolutely struggle.
Ricky Lambert up top.
Well, hey, William's back!
He's back.
Hey,
About
he comes in with an absolute banger.
He's bottling the audio like Arsenal going to bottle the title.
Yes, Jules, I like it.
Oh.
But it's a mad one to see with all the rumours coming out with Salah now heading off to Saudi. I think there's a lot of players going to dip out once Klopp leaves at the end of the season, and like you mentioned Nunes there, I don't think Nunes should go at all. I think Nunes becomes the main star. With actually there was rumours of Van Dijk leaving now as well. William, I'll come to you anyway since you're finally back on. What do you make of this whole Salah situation, Klopp situation?
I mean, let's be honest, you wouldn't be surprised the way that Salah's acting. If you watch Liverpool back in the past and you were either into Bobby Firmino's comments, we always knew Salah has this bit in him. Between that and the argument, say, with Mane, there's always been a bit of the I am the man at Liverpool. Now he's just doing it versus the manager because he knows that he's leaving, whereas Salah, by the looks of things, actually might stay. I think he might actually stay next season to prove that he's bigger than Klopp, which then might cause a more toxic atmosphere in the club, hopefully, then next season.
Create kind of domino effect and fall down through the ranks. And like I said, Liverpool end up in the hole as we're solely predicted. Hopefully, look, we can only imagine. But I think Liverpool, like this comment Julio said again, Liverpool would be stupid not to cash in on the money. That's exactly what I'm thinking myself. Paul there with an absolute statement. Salah's a dirtbag, just straight out. No chill out of him. But I think Liverpool would be absolutely crazy not to cash up. He's still an immense player in fairness to him. He's proven that throughout the few seasons. You know what I mean? While he's still on the up, take the money while he can.
Yeah, especially if they're going to be bringing in a new manager, like you might as well just rebuild as much as you can. Salah, obviously, what he's done for the 7 years he's been there, going to go down as one of the best attackers, not just in Liverpool, but in the Premier League. Just rebuild. You got the players to do that. You got young players coming through. You'll have the money. Just cash in. Even if I doubt this will happen. But if you look at Real Madrid, Endrick, most likely Mbappe coming in. Rodrigo might be on his way out. Maybe have a look at him. It's going to be expensive, but
it is. But that Salah money would take a lot out of that. Roughly, now actually, here's a good question. Roughly, what price tag would you put on Salah if he was to now take out the Saudi money, because obviously they didn't play it, but if he wasn't going to Saudi.
31 years old. Last year, it's got 1 more year on his contract. 60, 70.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it a bit higher than what I was thinking now?
Maybe, I don't know, 60. I'll say 60.
William, what about yourself?
No, I would have said about the 65 still. I still think that got enough. He's still got enough juice in the amount of goals that he can score and the amount of talent, and his reputation's been built up enough that I think Liverpool could say, yeah, we're just going to keep you for the last year and let you play out your contract, and that other teams then would have to pay more money. You know, if you look at it to see how much like he got for, say, Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, like,
yeah, but you take into account for Mount is the age there now, Mount.
And England as well, English.
And his English tax then as well.
And also, it's like with Mason Mount as well, like why he was like so loved at Chelsea or like appreciated Chelsea by the board is like the poster boy kind of thing. Like, because obviously Cobham, he's not a bad looking guy as well, so he gets like the player shirts.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. But
so
being honest with you, I would have put 50 million on Salah, being honest with you. And if he was heading off to Dubai, obviously the oil money would have bumped it up to that 60, 65 to 70 mark.
Yeah.
So I mean, I maybe that's just my opinion. I would have said his age would be taken.
No, I get it. I mean, 31 years old. I mean, we don't know how long he's gonna go. I reckon he's maybe got 3, at most 4 good seasons left in him, and then he'll start the decline. Because I feel like athletically he's in good shape.
Yeah,
and like, obviously his technique, his like ability as well. Even though he's never going to get to Hazard level, but that's a different conversation.
And to be fair, we actually that type of winger either that just abuses his pace. Like, he is a bit more clever rather than he isn't one of those that pace merchants that as you get older, the legs go. It's not like that. So we can at least, if you ain't got the legs, you can't lose the legs.
His finishing technique is ridiculous. His finishing technique is ridiculous. The fact that as a winger he holds like the highest goal, the most goals in the Premier League in the season as a winger, not even as a striker.
The thing is, right, if he doesn't go to Dubai, where does he go to? Spain, France, Italy, Germany? It'd be hard to pick. I think
I don't see him going to any of them.
Yeah, me personally, I'm the same as that. Being honest, it kind of suits him to go to to Bayern, if anywhere. But I don't think Bayern would be looking for him at all. So if it's not Saudi, he's kind of stuck in Liverpool. He definitely doesn't go to anywhere else in the Prem, I don't think. I can't see him doing that either. But look, there's another comment from Julio. Etihad bid 200 million for Salah. They'll easily go to 100 million. Just no more Christmas for Salah from now on. Jesus, it's a bit rough. Paul there also saying PSG would sue him, money hungry cunt. Oh my god. Is he though? Is he money hungry? That's the thing.
I think that's all. I don't think he's money. Yeah. I
can't see it, being honest. I don't think he's money hungry, but he is an absolute exceptional talent. But that is one that you mentioned with Mbappe is going to Real. It could be an absolute shock for PSG to throw in a bid, but if it's not Saudi, I don't think it's really anywhere, being honest. But yeah, no. Also, then you have the rumours with Klopp leaving, who's coming in next for Liverpool. William, I might come to you first on this. Is it all set in stone now with... I can't even remember the man's name now.
No, it
is. It's confirmed. Like,
yeah,
it's confirmed. He's going to slot right in to Liverpool's managerial position.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a shambles for Liverpool.
Here's hoping it's a Ten Hag part 2.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can see it going for the next 3 years.
I don't know enough about him to like comment on his style of play. To be fair, I haven't watched him. I don't watch the Dutch league, to be honest. I only watch Ajax when they're in the Champions League. So
yeah. I'm the same as that. But just if you're basing a book off its cover, like I can see Liverpool being a hole now for the next 3 to 4 years. They get in Europe every second season. I can't see big hopes for them. Like I said, with Klopp going, potentially Salah, rumours of Van Dijk going. Obviously, more will drop out now. They might do wonders with transfers, but it is hard to know. But look, that being said, we will move on to the top of the table, first and second division. William, this is your specialty now this season. I think there's only a point in it now at this stage, which is it 85, 84, or 86, 85?
80, I think, yeah, it's not 85, 86 anyway. I think it's the 84 or 83.
Could be now.
Regardless, I know we're 1 point off of the amount of points we finished last season. Yeah, so we're on 83, City are on 82. 2 games left for us, 3 games left for them.
Yeah, look, it is squeaky bum time now, coming towards the end of the season. City with an absolute immense win today, 5-1 against Wolves. Thought Wolves would have done a bit more, but Haaland's coming out of the bag after being asleep for weeks, scoring 4 with a penalty in there.
Yeah,
kind of pushing his lead there.
And the first penalty only being given because the Phil Foden actually asked the ref for it after. The ref says no, Phil Foden asked for it, and then it's bloody given straight away. Fuck off.
Absolute shambles. But look, even if you take that penalty away,
it's still about beating them, but fuck him.
Yeah,
he's just blowing Isaac and Palmer at the golden boot race. I think of that game.
Absolutely, yeah. That's where I was coming to. Kind of stabilize. Unless Palmer absolutely balls
the main reason I'm pissed off is I don't have him in fantasy. I've lost like 130k places.
Same.
I have Captain Palmer tomorrow. So for once, come on, Palmer, get a fucking hat trick.
I kept him in, right. I got rid of Saka to keep in Haaland, and I've Captain Palmer. I'd say like everyone else in Premier League.
Do you know what? I'll tell you a thing. I haven't had Palmer in my FPL team once this season because I have this thing where every time I put a Chelsea player in, it jinxes it. You know, because I tell you, do you remember start of the season? Do you remember the Luton game? We won 3-0. I put Jackson in after that game. I captained him because it was against Nottingham Forest. The next game we go lose 1-0. And then what's another one?
I'm going to blame you for Jackson's downfall for this whole season. Do you know what? It's all on you. So it is.
No, but I took him out. You know.
No, but that's what we must talk about coming towards the end.
So every time I put Gusto in, he gets injured. So it's.
Dubes, you're a jinx, man. You're killing us this season.
Yeah, so that's why I'm reluctant to put Chelsea players in my FPL. So I'd rather put Palmer in time ago, and the points I'd probably have by now is ridiculous.
We need to get someone to check up on your fantasy Premier League every week just to make sure there are no Chelsea players in, especially with the last few games in Europe on the line. But yeah, no, look back to City anyway. Immense 5-1 win against Wolves, 2 penalties. Look, it's a big win. I know Wolves, but in fairness, Wolves, they haven't been bad this season, but you would consider them a low-level team. It is a talking point, and it is a big stick to Arsenal now, and they're hot on Arsenal's heels now. William, obviously, you being the Arsenal man, do you think Arsenal fans are worried? Do you think the players are worried? Do you think Arteta's worried?
No, I don't think they're worried at all. I think they understand the situation. I think we know that we're probably not going to win the league this year. You know, like City are probably going to win the 3 games. They win the 3 games, they've won the league. You know, all we can do is do what we can do, and that's win the 2 games. And then we'll have gone on a run of in 19 games, win 17, draw 1, lost 1 to Villa, and that wasn't enough. You know? And if that's not enough, then fair enough. Like, it's not like we've done shit. It's not like there was any bottle involved when you go on a run of 17 wins out of 19. Like,
yeah, no. In fairness, like I've said, I've always bigged up Arteta. Jules can back me up on this on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I'm always giving his flowers, singing his praises. What he's done for Arsenal is absolutely immense. He's pulled them out of the slumps. And it's actually becoming a running trend with Arsenal managers, and I hate it. And I'm only have to realise it there now. William knows this for a fact. I loved Wenger. I think Wenger was brilliant. And you know what? I love Arteta as well. I'm absolutely sick mentioning that. But I do think it is the year of the Spanish managers. Evidently. You can go back. I screamed and cried all over every platform for Enrique when it was a toss up between him and Potter for the role. But look, no one listened to me. But what would I know? But yeah, no, I think Arsenal are in deep trouble now. Coming to the last 3 or 4 games of the season, the Pep era is taken into effect. I mean, you look at it,
the last time City lost in the Premier League was before Christmas.
That actually says
before Christmas.
Really?
Serious.
Really?
They said it in commentary. It was before Christmas. They lost to Aston Villa, and that was the last time they lost. So, like, if you're going on a run of not losing since before Christmas, that's the type of juggernaut you're up against. And look, we can put up a fight as much as you can. We lost 1 game, and it's cost us.
Yeah, in fairness, look, Arsenal, you have given a good run.
You can't get upset about it. Sure, you can get frustrated about their impending 115 charges, but it's Pep Guardiola. There's a reason why he's one of the best ever, if not the best. And you just got to hold your hand up and say that they're a top-class team managed by a top-class manager. How they got there is how they got there. Tough shit, but once you're in that position, you've got to produce the minerals on the pitch, and they're doing that.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. Look, I think it is fair to say you touched on it there perfectly. But in fairness to Arsenal, you have given it a good run. Like I said, 17 out of 19 unbeaten streak. It was was it evident from the start of the season that City were always going to win? Once Arsenal went on this stride during the start of the season, do you think it was always evident that City were going to always catch up and kind of take it near the end?
I don't know. Like, I thought City didn't look as good this year, but they were just finding a way of not winning. I had a feeling that we weren't going to win it. Like, our start to the season was poor enough. Like, we had too many draws and losses in that first half of the season where you just went, we're not quite at it. And then eventually it's clicked, but it's just clicked too late once it hit January. And the fact that you have to say you have to click before January, it's fucking crazy, man.
It is. It's madness. Look, Deals, I'll come to you now as well. Obviously, us being 2 Chelsea men, we love seeing Arsenal's demise as well. Obviously, fellow Liverpool or London club supporter, it's nice to see that London is still blue at the moment in time. Despite Arsenal's best season in God knows how long.
And have 0 trophies. Where's our worst season? We can nick a Carabao Cup. But you know what?
You really want me to go there? We did win the Community Shield, motherfuckers.
You have to hold it, John.
I'm going there.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
I
We
give
didn't.
it
We only won a Champions League 3 years ago, but that's a
Uh,
different story.
Europe always stops it. I don't care what anyone says. Europe always stops it, and that's what drags it for us. But what did you make of whole Arsenal's run throughout this whole season, Dubes? Do you think it was looking likely
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Will said it perfectly. Just it clicked too late. Like the start of the season, I wouldn't say they were poor, but they were dropping like unnecessary points. Arteta was. I remember at the start, Arteta was tinkering. He's doing party at right back for some reason. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
Doing
do.
these
That
weird
was
things.
shocking.
he wasn't starting Gabriel as well because of all the
Yeah,
links with Saudi. Like we got a big money offer for him, so that's why he was on the bench because his head was turned. And I don't
yeah.
know, he was just tinkering too much, trying to get Declan Rice and the rest of them accustomed to the team, and it didn't work at the start. So
But yeah, it's just but yeah, listen, they're a great side. I think some of the signs. I think Havertz has finally clicked. As hard as it is to watch, I've got his name on the back of this shirt. Um, but yeah, although having said that, I don't miss him because like at the end of the day, we gave Havertz 3 years at Chelsea, and he just wasn't consistent enough to
Yeah,
keep him on. So
look,
there's nothing we can do in that sense. But in terms of Arsenal, like in my opinion, I don't know how Will feels about this, but if like obviously this year fair enough, but if next year comes you don't win anything, at what point do you start looking going, is Arteta the right man? Because I know like you're playing good football and he's improved the team. But like for a club like Arsenal, you need to be winning trophies. It's been what 4 years or almost 5 years now since you won that FA Cup, which was half won by him. Let's be honest, and it was against a bad Chelsea team.
it was a very bad
So what?
Chelsea team,
Yeah.
actually.
So at what point do you go? Is this guy really the right man for the job?
look, I think you do give him the backing of this season. Let's see how it ends, and like it's good to be in back-to-back kind of Premier League title races. At the same time, we do have to improve our cup form. Like to go out in the FA Cup in kind of the third round and the fourth round each year, when you look at the squad, it kind of just starts to. They have to kind of kick on a bit more. Even I was happy enough to get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League this year, but next year, like I will want them to push on and push even further in that. Like you do need the squad to push on a bit more, and next year there's just going to be even more scrutiny on him that he has to improve it again, and that's either winning the league or getting like to the final of the Champions League, or like the standards are getting higher and higher each year,
Yeah.
and that's something he just has to deal with.
Yeah, no, big time for sure. But look, I think if it is ever questioned about Arteta, I think Arsenal would be crazy to get rid of him. I don't know why. I seen actually on Twitter some fans calling for his head there at some stage. But like I said, yeah, exactly, fans. But like it's your best season in years, like, and even if you don't win trophies, to stay in that top three for the next few, like I'd be happy with that.
Like to be fair, I expect next year to be just a 2-horse race between us and City. Like Liverpool with a new manager, it'll be all transition, so they're going to drop more points. So I expect it to be just the two of us, and then I'd be praying that we can keep Arteta long enough that when Pep Guardiola also goes, hopefully in a couple of years, that then we can romp home for a few years.
Yeah, look, I think holding on to managers is the keys to success. I've said it with ages. This whole swapping and changing the managers.
Is it though? Because us as Chelsea fans,
I know exactly what you're going with this. I know exactly where you're going with this. I know exactly where you're going, and I knew you'd bring it up, and I was only waiting for it. Look, it's a quick fix for us right at the moment. I think, like we said, we had Tuchel in for 18 months. Look how he won us, and then he was gone like that. I know there was trouble between him and up top, like, but we'll see it with the likes of Lamps and Jose, even Jomi. We're quick fix managers. If we don't win stuff straight away, they're gone.
But that's the thing. It's not even necessarily the managers. It's who's above the managers. Who's the owners and technical directors that make the difference in the clubs. It's not necessarily them. It's those who choose the players to come in and set the culture then all around. So you have to have a right mix of everything.
Exactly. Like short term, it's a brilliant strategy to just quick trophies there and then to stay relevant. But long term, we want to build a team long term. So we do. We want to build from the ground up, get the fans more invested into the team and feel like this is man to lead us. Like you see it with Wenger at Arsenal, you see it at Alex with United. You know what I mean? It's these long term managers. Now you'd even say Pep at City, and you can even argue Klopp at Liverpool. Like fans get behind these long-term managers, and they're there long enough to see their vision and their goal and the direction they want.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You do also have to have these managers have to be good enough to show from the start the type of football that they want to play and have the right backing. Like
That's
you can't
true, yeah.
have if you look at it and say Ten Hag, you can say stick with him, but it's been 2 years and I still can't tell what he's trying to do. You know what I mean? Like you have to have the right person. You can't just back someone that isn't good enough to that level as well. You have to have the ability.
But like, I think, in all honesty, Arteta shows that, and it's evident this season. Even if you don't want to go off last season or the last few years, like
that's why you have to see
talent,
the improvement. You'll have to see the improvement in the players and what he gets out of the squad. Like you could say keep all these managers, but it'd be pointless you keep and say who was it, Graham Potter in at the time, because he was you could tell he was hopeless. You know what I mean? You could tell he wasn't getting
Arteta and Potter though.
Well, no, but that's what he's saying. He's saying like there's no point because there's nothing. You can see nothing in Graham Potter.
Completely.
But like different with Arteta, what you're trying to say. Obviously, you can see sign. You've seen progression over the past 4 years. That's why there's enough to say keep him. Obviously, the thing I just think like if you don't win a trophy soon enough, I just think heads have to turn a bit because it's like you got to win a trophy soon. It'll be almost 5 years. Even if it's like an FA Cup or Carabao Cup, just like even if it installs just a bit of like mentality in the players, and it's just like,
yeah. Look, the way you want to see is right. We'll put it this way: do you give him the next 3 seasons less?
You give kind of next 2 seasons, kind of, and it's not linear either. You know what I mean? Like it's one where you kind of he has the backing now for the entire of next season. But then, if he had a falter of next season and then doesn't say kick on into the season after that, then you start and go, But you also have to see who's out there, who's good enough to replace him. Because as I've said many a time, there ain't many top quality managers out there at the moment.
There's not, but we will get into managers and replacements soon enough. But we'll stay on the Arsenal topic and the City topic. Look, you've touched on it there yourself, William. The 115 charges. It could be a potential for City to fall us under the next.
Won't happen.
It won't happen next year. But it won't happen next year. But it might happen the next 2 to 3 years.
No.
Do you think, Dubes? I'll come to you. Do you think these 115 charges are going to come to light soon enough? Do you think it's all going to blow over? Where's your stance on the whole objective?
I just think they'll find any way to like make it acceptable for City. Because if you think like what with these 115 charges, what will they do for City? Because they're not going to relegate. Well, they'll be reluctant to relegate them because they're such a big team that you're taking out of the league, and it's like you're bringing in you're taking out something that like attracts so many viewers. But the 115 charges, I don't know, points deduction maybe they'll get, which it depends how big the points deduction is, because the 10-point reduction, that's not going to affect City that much, let's be honest.
No.
But if you're talking if you're talking like maybe 20, 25, then maybe you could think City have been a bit like hard done by. Not hard done by because they deserved it, but I don't know. It's just I do think they'll try and find any way to make it like acceptable for City, or just to like allow City. Just because, as I say, they're such like a big like thing, like franchise in the Premier League. Like they're arguably the best club in the world at the moment, along with Real Madrid, maybe. That if you take them out of the league, it's just you're missing out on like possibly viewership. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, but.
Yeah, no. Look, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think it'd be a shame to see City leave. As much as we all hate City or whatever, it'd be almost stupid to kick City out of the Premier League. As entertaining as the Championship would be, look, it'd be madness. It'd be crazy. But look, I think this whole idea of this luxury fine, I don't know if you heard that about the too. So William, I know we talked about it in the chat there or whatever, but this whole luxury fine, I think it'd be probably the best way to go to knock points off City. I think it, like I said, if it's only small number of points, like 10 points, that's only 3 wins and a draw for it. Do you know what I mean? That's not in the City.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't complain if they got like a 10-point deduction this season. We'd have the League One already.
Yeah, I bet you'd love that.
You'd be happy days, yeah. That would actually bring Liverpool up into second, I think, wouldn't it?
Not for long.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
Let's be honest, not for long.
How far Aston Villa? How far Aston Villa?
Oh, I think are they on 6? If Liverpool are on 75,
they might not be that close, but let me check.
I think Liverpool are 75, so Villa must be 60. They must be around 60.
If we get a point,
Villa won 60. Okay, yeah, Villa stayed 4th. They won 67, but yeah,
67. I said 60. I wasn't far off.
Yeah. Like literally, see, you would only be 3 points off of Liverpool with a 10-point deduction.
Yeah, like that's a madness. Like, but yeah, no, it's definitely going to come in the next few years, and I don't see City dropping off even after that 10 points. Like,
I don't see anything happening to them really. They might get a little bit of a fine or something like that, but I just think they've got enough power and they've got lawyers that they'll be able to just run away with anything.
That's exactly it. They have the lawyers, they have the power behind them. I think they're gonna, even if they got half them charges just washed away, like, do you know what I mean? You still have 50 odds to 60 charges left, and there won't be much from that. There'll be a nice hefty fine, maybe. It might be, like I said, the few point reduction, but it won't be what everyone's wishing for, or United fans are wishing for too, for City to drop down to the Championship. But like I said, it would lose a lot of sponsorship, lose a lot of viewership. It'd be absolutely crazy. But look, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think it's kind of certain there. There was a good question that came up in the comments. If we have it there now, here's a good one now. Paul has it in between you three. Who's the biggest club, Arsenal or Chelsea?
Well, no, there's a difference between bigger club and better club, because better club you can say Arsenal, but bigger club hasn't made a difference. Nothing's been won. But you also have, in the past 2 years they've been a better team.
Yeah. No, there's 101 ways to answer this question. Myself and William had this debate.
We had a whole debate on it. And
so everyone in the chat, everyone watching this after the live, check it out. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Myself and William went head to head. I won't spoil it for you, but it was a good outcome. Very good show to watch. Very. But yeah, look, there's a big difference between bigger and better club. But it like I said, if you want to watch that, but personally, I think if you want to say what color is London, I would say blue.
It's still blue.
Well, it's not right now, anyway. London is miles red. We're 20 points clear of the next London team in the league. There's only one team going up at the moment, anyway.
No, here's a good one there from Rafi. Chelsea in terms of success, but in terms of fans and culture and history, has to be us. I presume he's on about Arsenal. I
know this guy is an Arsenal fan. I know he is. So yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
Another one from Paul there. It's Chelsea for me. Champions League makes it. Yeah, look, Europe obviously makes a big factor in it. So it does. But speaking in terms of Chelsea, we'll get straight into it. Caramel Frappuccino. It's absolute madness, his future at the club now. Given the few games are left, there is potential for Europe on the cards. Dubes, obviously I'm going to come straight to you. Do you see Europe next season?
No, I don't. I do, because we have to win every game until the end of the season. We're not doing that. I know what we're like. Like, as much as I do think we'll beat West Ham tomorrow, there's all the chance of a slip up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, we're capable of it. Like, we have the squad to do it. If they really wanted it, they can. But some of these players, like, I don't know. As soon as we can see the first goal to like a lower league team, it's like, oh, it's done. Like, I guarantee. I mean, apart from Villa, I was surprised by the Villa result, to be fair. I was surprised that we came out, because usually in the second half, we come out worse. Oh, yeah, we should have won that game.
We should have won, that was bullshit.
I don't know how that's a foul. And I'm watching it. Who did I watch? What game did I watch? I can't remember. I watched a game where someone done the exact same thing and nothing's given. So
I believe Arsenal v Newcastle, but I'm not going to go into that fucking game. Literally,
But,
just bullshit.
that
yeah,
game absolutely boiled my blood big time. So it did. It drove me up the walls. I was
that goal
red
from
in the
Gallagher as
face.
well.
Oh, madness! So it was absolute madness. But look,
But yeah, in regards to that, and to answer your question, I don't think Europe. I don't think we'll get Europe this season, but next season we definitely can. Like the thing is with Poch for me, it's like there are some games like he shows like good tactical insight. Like even like when we played Tottenham yesterday, like the Cucurella inverted, like the way we were going forward, like he shows signs, but he never does it
Cucurella was
consistently.
actually immense in that game. In
He was,
fairness, so he was.
listen, I don't rate him at all, but he was definitely my man of the match.
Yeah.
Either him or Chalobah.
For me, Cucurella
yeah.
has the heart. He has the heart of a lion, but he doesn't have the capability, so he doesn't. It's just he's
just
a definition of pure heart.
To be fair, I said that after the Arsenal-Chelsea game, that you could see him. He was trying his hardest, but he was getting fucked apart. Like during that game when I was watching it live in the stadium, like you can see he wants it, but it just doesn't have the ability.
But yeah, go on, dudes. Sorry for interrupting you. Go on.
So no, it's fine. So yeah, just like we can do it. Like next season, I think next season will definitely be better if we bring in a few signings. Like, but in regards to Poch's future, it's interesting because I hear, because I watch other podcasts, I hear some people sure that he's going to be leaving and we're going to replace. Did you hear a thing about Hansi Flick the other day?
Yeah, I heard that, man. I heard that. Oh, that'd be interesting to see.
I don't know how true that is, but that would be interesting. Hansi Flick.
That'd be a big switch up. That'd be a bit of spice to the Premier League, all right. But there have been a few shouts, all right. Obviously Tuchel is floating around. Jose name. They won't
bring Tuchel back. I guarantee you. They'll be too proud to do that. Like.
Yeah, look, there was another name.
They never should have sacked him in the first place, but.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yes. But they're never going to bring him back. In terms of the manager, I think if this Hansi Flick thing is true, I do think he's going to be the front runner. Wasn't there? I heard someone, I think a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about what's the name of the? Is it Thiago Motta, the Bologna one? I heard it was like a brief thing about him. I haven't watched enough of him.
Didn't hear that now. There was a name there, and I actually might have to find that on Twitter. And it's actually bugging me now if I can't get it. But yeah, no, I for me personally, while I'm searching and I keep talking, I think regardless of Europe, I think he's gone. He's gone at the end of the season. I know the pool is running dry at the moment, especially with the heavy links with Tuchel to United. A lot of talk on that. Big talk. We will touch on that and Eric Ten Hag as well. The options are very slim picking, but look, if it has to be done, it has to be done. If it's, it's not working. It's clearly not working.
I don't know though. Is it not really not working? Like, you don't look bad to me. You're not as good as the top level, but I still feel like you're nearly the best of the rest.
Put it this way.
Back it.
But there's only
Sorry, you go.
Go on, dude. I'll leave you go first.
I was gonna say, not every loss or drop points is on him. Like, remember the players we have as well, like inexperience, like up there, they're not there yet. Like, I think there's only like 2 players in our team that's over the age of 25, which is ridiculous. But
it's a very young team, yeah.
It is a very young team, so not every game is on him, but the majority are. Like, I don't know why it's taking him so long to do this inverted Cucurella thing when he was doing it in pre-season. I mean, obviously, granted, at the start of the season, you were using Chilwell, and for me, Chilwell, I think we need to cash in on him in the summer. He's getting injured all the time, and it's just when he does come back, he doesn't get the play he was when he first joined.
Yeah,
and England player at 27. Yeah,
I know, as much as I love Chilwell, like I think you're right in there. I think we need to cash in, especially with the 200 million we have to try account for now.
Yeah.
With FFP. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. I think that there is a lot of questions to be asked. Why is this inverted Cucurella kind of tactic only coming to light now? Is it just kind of a shoot in the dark, kind of let's try this and see if it works? And oh my God, it has worked, or is it only just come to mind, or has it been in the back pocket this whole time? And at what point do you stop you stop blaming players and their talent or their ability, because there's a comment there saying from Paul there, Chelsea have too many individual players. Yeah, which is completely true. I can see it from like from a mile away. Especially in Jackson, Madueke. I can see it in Mudryk. I can see it in Palmer as well.
This guy.
Look, we have to mention his name. We have to mention him. Absolute pace merchant. But the thing is, dudes. I know you're face palming now, but there is potential in him. There is. It's just you have to try unlock it for him. Between him and Gallagher,
some of the stuff isn't about potential. Like some of the decisions he make, like, and it's I hear that apparently he's like the best finisher at the club. You see this shooting against Tottenham the other day.
That's like
he's swiping it, it's curling away from the post, like,
away from the goal. Like it's madness. He'd be a good rugby kicker, so he would, or American football kicker. All right, he has the leg for it to shoot mad fucking.
I know you see potential. Me personally, I just don't. I'd love to be proven wrong. But for me, it's been a year and a half now, and I heard a link. It's probably not going to go through. But I heard a link about Jack Grealish the other day. He's not happy at City. If there's anything to that, I say we go in for him.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think out of all your attacking players at the moment, like Mudryk has definitely shown the least amount of potential out of the three to actually grow up and be a big player.
I wanted Trossard.
I knew that would trigger you.
Yeah, I wanted Trossard. But before he signed for Arsenal, like I saw what he was doing at Brighton, and I was thinking we're going to spend 90 million on Mudryk when there's Trossard at that point. But yeah,
you still didn't expect him to be as good as he has been for Arsenal. To be fair, Trossard, he has picked it up way more than I expected, and I loved him at Brighton. I just never thought he'd be at the next level.
In fairness, he's proved well.
And Hathaway cream myself on the phone.
But he's actually done immense in fairness. I think he needs to be given a bigger role at Arsenal now. He's proved himself well. But look, we'll continue on with Chelsea. But like that comment said, there's a lot of individual talents, a lot of egos after coming to light with penalties, arguments, all that. I don't think Poch, we won't be around, but Poch is a good manager, right? He is a good manager. Call a spade a spade. He's a good manager, right? But I don't think he has the skill and the personality to deal with
he's not an elite manager.
Exactly. And he doesn't have the skill and the managerial sense to deal with all these big egos, these young team and these young players making crazy money, absolutely immense money. And even with the seniors going now, and the likes of Silva, Sterling is only there for a payday at the moment. There's no one there to keep everyone in check. I think Conor Gallagher is trying his best. He's getting
sold, so he's getting sold. Like no matter what, they don't want to offering him a new contract. I mean, fans put the banner out, thinking that's going to make a difference. It won't.
No, it won't.
They're getting sold pure profit. Same way Chalobah's getting sold. Same way Matson's getting sold.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. We have to, like I said, the FFP. We have to think about 200 million. I think that clears out most of it. I know with Poch will be a blimp on it if we do get rid of him. It'll add to that, but it has to be done regardless. But like I said, who do we bring in? And a name that I was thinking of and that was looking for it was Conte. There's talks of a Conte coming back. I've seen it on Twitter, and that wouldn't be a bad shout. There's talks that I think Chelsea transfer had it up there that he offered himself to Chelsea, which is I'm all for it. I'm living for it. Exactly. He's just that bit of Italian spice there. To just come through like an absolute for us again.
He came in after a poor season, 15-16 wins the league.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's meant to do that again, and he has that personality to shut them players up and put them in their place and to get the job done without a shadow of doubt. Exactly, but there's the other side of it is he also has the personality to argue with up above, and it could be just that bad cycle again. Dubes, what do you make of Conte?
I'd take him. Like, even if the football's rubbish, it's just like if it's going to get results, going to get us back up there, I couldn't care less. That's why we had Jose Mourinho twice, and look how well that worked. And his football is it's like watching paint dry sometimes. But you know what? It gets results.
He does, in fairness.
But and again, I don't see it properly go. I don't see it fully going through. I see it more likely than who's I going to say? Well, yeah, definitely more likely than Tuchel. But I think the owners will be looking at it and going, because the owners they don't know that much about football. They're going to look at it and go, your recent stint at Tottenham in the Premier League, that didn't go well. Are we really going to take another risk? We have to make sure this next manager appointment is perfect, because we can't afford to look silly four times even. You got Potter, you got Lampard for that stint. That was a poor interim appointment, and then Pochettino now. You can't afford to have a fourth manager that just doesn't work out. Otherwise, more and more questions are going to be asked, and the fans are going to turn even more. Next thing you know, you're going to get like riots outside Stamford Bridge.
Exactly, and the thing is, we can't keep throwing money at it, because the Premier League will just come down on us twice as hard, and we'll be absolutely screwed out of it. William, what do you think of Conte? If you just say the club was gutted, Conte comes in, Chelsea are rebuilt back up, do you think Arsenal tuck him back into their box and Chelsea dominate once more?
No chance. Do I really? How many times do I have to have the discussion about Conte? I had this argument when he was at Spurs, and people were calling me crazy, saying that I would take Arteta over Conte any day, and I would bring out the bonbons moment, as Reece Russell was saying on that podcast. I don't rate Conte that much anymore. I just think,
really?
He can. Yeah, I just don't think. No, I do rate what he's done, and he can be a good manager. But I never liked that style of play, and I just don't think. I don't think your squad would be at the level that would be good enough to challenge, even with him in it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, our squad isn't good enough, 100%.
Like, would he be good enough to get you into the Champions League and then develop your players into it? I think if you look at Conte, like, he isn't that long-term manager anyway. He doesn't stay for long-term enough. So you'd get into the Champions League 1 year, and then it would be a decline the next year, and then he'd be gone again.
I personally think Europa League would be perfect for the squad we have at the moment. It's not like it's obviously a European competition, but it's not too much pressure. Like lower quality.
I think I actually think he might end up getting Conference League this year, though.
Look at this for a comment. Oh my god. Oh my god, Paul.
Yeah. But then again, do we want to hear Paul's other take, which is that Alexis is better than Hazard?
It's crazy. He's definitely minded not. He's trolling. He has to be. We'll look in the chat now and we'll see him absolutely laughing his head off at us. But look, I think we'll finish with the Chelsea talk on this question here now. If I can get it up, sorry there now. Also reckon you need more players with a lot of experience. Yeah. Then we also have, where is it gone now? From Rafi there. Is the Europa League target for next season? Look, like Duke's touched on already, the odds of getting are slim, and we have to win all the next games. It's looking unlikely. I would love.
I think he means finishing.
I think he means next season.
Oh, sorry, next season after. Yeah, look, it is potential. Look, we'll be hoping for more than Europa.
I think you should be fighting for Champions League. To be fair, next year, if you kick on the form that you finished this season with, yes, you had a poor result against us, but after that, like, you haven't been losing many games recently, and I think like Aston Villa will drop off, Liverpool will drop off. I kind of think out of all the teams that are actually in incline, it'd be Chelsea more than all the other teams. That's why I'm saying don't understand all the Poch out at the moment. So,
yeah, look, I mean, go on, dudes. I'll leave you go.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think we can aim for the Champions League. The odds are we're not finishing there. As I say, reach for the stars, aim and on the moon, land on the moon, something like that. Like I think this it's not down to, it won't be down to us, but I just think teams are better than us, like City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Actually, I don't know about Liverpool, but Villa. I do think if United bring in another manager, I do think they will get better. But that's if. So yeah, listen, there's no reason why we can't finish in the Champions League. I think it's very unlikely next season. I think Europa League, as I touched on before, Europa League would be perfect for us. Just like get some of the kids used to playing like European football, not straight away chucking them in the deep end of the Champions League. And not transfer a trophy. Like I think every time we've been in the Europa League, we've won it, haven't we?
Yeah, look, I think best case scenario now, ideal world, we'd sell the likes of Gallagher, Chalobah, and whoever else. We get this 200 million out of the way, leave Potter off, or leave Carmel Frappuccino off, get in Conte and give him full control on what he wants, and just ride out the storm and try, like I said, try to get Champions League. I think for me personally, I think I would love that. I'd live for that, and I'd be dragged back in by the board, so I would. But look, as we're on the managers, like I said, we'll also talk about Erik ten Hag, his future at the club. It's looking bleak now as well. In the recent past 2 weeks, we'll say, there's been heavy talks about Tuchel up for the job at United. I think it'd be another Jose United stint. I can't see him performing big wonders, but Tuchel is an immense manager. He absolutely done wonders for us at Chelsea for the 18 months. Look what we won: Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup. It was sensational. It was a godsend, and then things went disastrous. He got sacked. It's all been downhill from there. Look, Ten Hag's future, Dubes. I think it would be nuts for Ten Hag to leave United, but if there is a guarantee of Tuchel there, do you take it?
Would it be not so? Like I just like the results have just been poor. Like I still can't believe United are above us, to be honest, because they've been just as bad. They've been just as bad, if not worse. But that's down to us as well. But enough about Chelsea. Like with United, and especially when you hear like some of the stuff Ten Hag says. And the press conference, like, do you hear what he said the other day after the Burnley game, when the most exciting or like entertaining?
Oh yeah,
like he's got to respect Burnley the same way Newcastle definitely respected Burnley this weekend.
You got a point against Burnley, and you played it. So, yeah, I watched that game. I don't watch a lot of United games. I decided I'm going to watch that game. You weren't excited.
Man.
Like your attack's rubbish. Like Højlund, like I mean, fair enough. It's not all of them. Same with Poch. Like some of the players, like Rashford's just down tools. I think he's getting sold. Højlund, yeah. Anthony, yeah. Just some of the players there. Like I do think United, they need a clear out of the squad as well. Like I think get a new manager, get a new like group of players, and then you can build on like the Garnachos, the Kobe Mainus. If you want to build on Højlund, fair enough. Obviously, I think it would be too early to sell him. But he's not looking promising at all, is he?
No, I'd still take Jackson over Højlund all day, like, and that's
100%.
For me,
like,
that's saying a lot.
Jackson's a better footballer.
That is saying a lot, especially Dubes. You know yourself. That's coming from me. Like, I've slandered that man so many times, not personally, but performance on the pitch. It's absolutely crazy. The Aiden LFC, I presume Liverpool fan. I think I can see that by the crest. Erik ten Hag isn't the problem. I presume he's on about the players. Then look, there's only, like I said, there's only so much you can blame on the manager. There's only so much you can blame on the players. Is it a case of United went through this whole stint that Chelsea were gone through just poor investments, in the likes of Anthony and that. William, I'll come to you on it. Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. Like United are just fucked. It's just the truth. Like they're just. Honestly, I really hope that we smash them like 6 or 7-0 next weekend, because we can. Because they are honestly just terrible. It's not even. Yes, it's not fully Ten Hag's.
Clip it, yeah. Someone clip that.
Someone clip that.
Yeah, like it will
be a meme next week.
And you'll just see me crying in the corner next week when we lose 2-1. No, but at the same time, like, is it an Erik ten Hag issue? Is it the players' issue? It's both. Like, yes, he's had he hasn't had a lot of injuries, and he can't play his strongest team and all that. But at the same time, you don't set up your team to have no midfield. Like, they're just so open, creating chances for every single team.
And midfield is
literally, it is diabolical, the amount of chances. And surely, if you're a manager and you see that, You set up in a way that makes you cause to have less shots. I've seen the same stubbornness at Arsenal when we had Unai Emery, and trust me, it doesn't get any better until eventually you just get rid of him. Like, he isn't good enough, and he isn't going to change his ways in terms of that, and there isn't enough tactical upside that there's good. So I just don't think he's good enough, and yeah, just fucking.
Yeah,
he's not good enough, end of. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I just say I completely agree with that. There is both sides to it. Like, I was going to come to you next, Dubes. Where would you, if it did alternative universe, Ten Hag was at Chelsea, what would be your stance on the whole situation?
What is it like?
Do you sell him off?
He's gone.
Completely gone.
Poch, like I'm saying Poch out. I still think Poch is doing a slightly better job. Even though we're low in the table, I just think like because United, as much as I was going on about the players, they do have some quality players in there, like Bruno Fernandes. Like, as much as I do think he's slightly overhyped, he's a good player. Casemiro, and the fact that you're not getting the best out of a player like Casemiro.
Well, in fairness, Casemiro is on the way out now, I think, at this stage.
Well, yeah, 100%. But that's another thing. He's falling out with a lot of players. Like the fact that did you watch Sancho the other day for Dortmund?
No, I didn't.
Bro, he was Nuno Mendes. Oh, Nuno Mendes, he made him vanish. Like, Sancho is just unbelievable. He's falling out with so many players. Yeah, like Sancho, Casemiro. There's another one that he's falling out with. I think I can't remember, but Eriksen, I think, because like the way Eriksen's getting played, like what's the common denominator? It's not the players; it's like the one manager, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you don't have good relations with your players, how are you gonna proceed? Because it's not like the board can't keep signing players every time you have a fallout. So they can't keep signing new players every time you have a fallout, because then it's just like. But if these new owners of Man United are serious, like the Jim Ratcliffes, the Ineos, probably Ten Hag would be by now.
Yeah, look, I think the front runners for now are Potter and Southgate. And to be honest, I wouldn't take any.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Please give me Southgate, though.
I'd love it. I'd love it. I would absolutely love it.
As a neutral, I'd hope they get one of the two. But if you're a United fan, you'd be absolutely shitting yourself. But look, lads, we're going into the hour mark there now. We might just wrap it up. If you want anything else to comment on, or if anyone in the chat there, you see any comments, sure, if you want to touch on it. But look, I think that it's a fair base to end on. Like, we talked about the Salah and Klopp situation, Liverpool and their whole dilemma. We've talked about the City, and then on the tails of Arsenal. Arsenal potentially are going to drop down into second and absolutely become disastrous, even for their best season in years.
Yeah.
We talked about Poch and Chelsea situation, who comes in, who comes out. Tuchel's heavy link with United. There's one from Aiden there. Southgate to United equals United relegated. That is. I
wouldn't be surprised. Although, having said that, maybe gets the best out of Harry Maguire.
Actually, wouldn't be a bad shout, but I don't think United have enough backs to play five at the back, do they? Especially with all the injuries. Like, I couldn't see United play five at the back.
Their injury list is ridiculous. Almost as bad as ours. Like, they got one centre back. Yeah,
it's absolutely madness. But yeah, look, we'll end the show on that. William, where can we catch you on socials? All that kind of crack.
Pretty much on socials at the moment. Anyway, it's pretty much just at Willie Chilly Bright. Like, I'm mostly just on Twitter. Slowly but surely might be getting into TikTok, but we'll see about that. I might slowly be starting to rattle fans. I put one video up that I'm sure you just loved watching, Evan, from when I was at the Chelsea game.
You're a nightmare.
Slowly but
nightmare person. It boiled my blood so much. So it did. I actually hated it. And the one time he posts something, it has to be that moment. I'm like, I want to support you, my brother, but drives me insane. Dubes, honestly, God, man, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me on. It's been such a great conversation.
Yeah, no, your ball knowledge is brilliant. You're a fellow Chelsea man, which I love.
Yeah.
Where can we catch you on all the social medias?
Just shout me on TikTok. If you want, there's my email in the on my page as well. Just shout me whenever. I'll be 100% down to come on another one of these again. I really enjoyed this.
Perfect. I love hearing that, man.
Yeah.
Love hearing that.
Yeah.
But look, obviously we'll be in talks still. So you know the plans that are coming up in action. For everyone that's listening, there is big plans coming up in pipework. So there is.
Yeah. You guys will see me. You guys will see me on TikTok tomorrow after the game and do my player rating. Depending on how well we do, I have my shades and my chain on.
Exactly, man. I love it, and the dance that goes with it then as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Honest God, lads, everyone in the chat, get on to Dube's TikTok and get smashed on that like button. It's
there. There's no reason why you can't. It's there in the description. There's no reason
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's right there. But he's a massive TikTok sensation, running the Chelsea flag like I said at the start.
If we could go, I mean, 50K by the end of the year followers, and the bill from there by the end of the calendar year.
There's a goal. There is a nice little goal now to work towards. So it is. But look. Only Bance is also popping off. Big announcement. He's after winning the Golden Ball this week on Only Bance, which is absolutely massive, sensational. So fair play to you, dudes. That is a nice little reward, or a nice little win for you. As you know, chat, for me, Fatty98 on Twitter and Jersey Man on TikTok and Only Bance. I love rattling feathers and I love coming on and talking ball with new guests every week. So look, we'll leave it at that. And like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure for everyone coming on. And thanks for watching.